Now you might be thinking, this was directed by kids. Am I gonna be a snob and criticize it? Yes.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
This film was directed by Jonathan Myers, who followed his dream of directing his own dinosaur film, proving if you can't be Steven Spielberg, you can at least fail at being Roger Corman. Project 31 is an obscure indie film that came out in 2015. It's developed somewhat of a following over the years, and I figured I'd give it a look on its 10-year anniversary. Wondering what Project 31 means? So does the filmmaker. They never actually explain it. This movie begins appropriately with the death of a caveman. Never mind, it's just a fat kid. Clearly they outsourced these dinosaurs to the guys who did Birdemic. Although give Myers some credit though, they still at least look better than the ones in Dinosaur Island. At least they didn't rip off Carnosaur. So Dennis Nedry here gets eaten by the dinosaur, and we cut to our film's protagonist, John, arriving home on a superfluous plane ride that has no bearing on the rest of this movie. He comes home to the room where he kicked in the wall in a fit of autistic rage and decides to call his friend.
Hey listen, I'm wondering if you'd like to come down for a bonfire tonight?
These two ladies come over John's house to have a bonfire. He's going to invite 20 people over. Spoiler alert, none of them show up.
My presence alone sparks a fire.
Too bad it couldn't spark a good line reading.
Guys, I'm inviting like 20 people over tonight, and we don't even have a bonfire. Heck, I don't even have wood to start a bonfire.
Then why did you invite them for a bonfire party?
What if you just get off your ass and get it?
What are you doing, Dick?
3, 2, 1, not it! Not it! Not it! Not it!
So while they decide who's it, they encounter an Apatosaurus baby on the ground. They decide to pick it up because that's what you do with wild animals, I guess.
Well, Caroline's right. He resembles artist reconstructions of what Apatosaur babies may have looked like.
Because that's just something you can Google. So the greatest actress in this movie, Caroline, decides to put it in her uncle's zoo.
I'll keep him in my uncle's zoo. He'll think it's a lizard.
Reference to obscure porn movie. Oh, great. Another fat retard in the cast. No, I don't know who to jack off to. So Caroline and her barely holding on top come over to John. Caroline says the dinosaur's been stolen, but the camera doesn't focus on her so John can protect her John and his friend Nate find a dead velociraptor in the leaves and find that he's not alone. The velociraptors chase after Nate, and it's very nice they decided to neatly open the garage door. So for whatever reason, John thinks the velociraptors took Nate and decides to do what any man would do and chase after the giant man-eating dinosaurs. Safe to say, John's performance is pretty wooden. Although you gotta give credit to the guy in the back jogging. He gives the most genuine reaction in this entire movie. John keeps looking for the dinosaur near the lagoon. Whoa. And apparently, the trees from The Happening just discovered dial-up. After lazily tripping on a block of wood, John suddenly goes back to the Cretaceous period. Little did the audience know, John actually traveled back in time to the Cretaceous period. Look at all that Cretaceous foliage around him. Doesn't look anything like suburban Connecticut in the 21st century. Look out, John. There's a really quiet dinosaur 10 feet behind you. How the hell did he not notice that? Look out, John. That cheap filter's trying to kill you. After the shitty CGI dinosaurs finally notice him, they chase him back into the present through the portal. Who'd have thought these two dinosaurs would be slower than a slovenly high schooler? We're introduced to our villain a quarter of a way into the movie. This boss baby looking guy works for the AUS. What do? Who cares? So for reasons that we will never learn in this film, John somehow stumbles into the villain's lair.
Jimmy?
Is he using a fucking C-clamp to knock John out with? How much did Doge cut from this department?
So, you think he could get away to breaking into a government lab?
And by government lab, he means messy basement. John easily escapes with the baby dinosaur and gets chased by the two slowest T-Rexes on Earth before getting tased with a tape measurer. After having an autistic seizure on the ground for 1 second, John gets back up and runs off. He decides to hide where any man would hide, underneath the jungle gym. Reference to obscure porn movie. John returns to find Nate inexplicably alive, as his sister wants to go to a pool party.
Where do you think you're heading off to?
I'm going to Victoria and Valor's pool party, Jonathan.
Mom said no parties.
I'm not going inside. Jonathan!
You're not going to that party.
Yes, I am!
Apparently John's more concerned about Mom's curfew than, I don't know, the fucking dinosaurs running around. So despite the curfew, John's sister sneaks out anyway, as John calls over another dysgenic freak to decode the government papers he stole off camera. Maybe we'll finally get some exposition as to what the hell is happening in this movie.
This is so-called code is military chatter. For a rogue group called the Animal Utilization Service.
Riveting stuff.
It says that they were originally only supposed to take a small portion of DNA, you know, like that from chameleons and such, and put it inside of humans.
There, got it? No, me neither.
I was a raptor chasing me a few minutes ago.
The head of the group, this so-called alpha they mentioned at least 10 times in your article, saw a greater potential for this chameleon experiment. They figured out a way to use some sort of artificial time travel and use dinosaurs for their own purposes, I guess.
As opposed to all that natural time travel. Enter pursued by Velociraptor. So despite the threat of fucking dinosaurs outside, Caroline decides to go back out to inspect them. Apparently Stegosaurus jumps on a pogo stick. The dinos start fighting in the street, and I guess no one in this suburban Connecticut town cares that fucking dinosaurs are walking around. Meanwhile, John's sister enjoys a nice day at the pool. Sure hope no dinosaurs show up to ruin it. I spoke too soon. I tell you, this film about dinosaurs eating high school kids offends my delicate sensibilities just a little too much. Should watch something tamer like Sallow.
What was that thing, Maddie? My brother would know. What do you mean? I need to know. Victoria, I do not know.
What do you mean you don't know? A fucking 3-year-old could tell you that's a T-Rex.
Can you just watch Maddie while I go get a weapon?
You're what?
I just don't feel safe. Just less talking and more watching my sister.
But
So to defend himself, John decides to go to a weapons dealer that looks exactly like Nate. Does everyone in this town look the same?
This is why I brought you here.
So Chinless II decides to give him the tripod to defend himself.
Now, how much?
It depends. How much you got?
I want to say 200.
200? You know, this thing is illegal in 49 states.
Illegal in 49 states? We need common sense tripod control in this country. Another great piece of John's cinematography. We get a shot of this guy's chin next to the least wooden actor in this film. John is encountered by a triceratops near the local middle school. Don't know what he was doing there. He sets down his gun because animals know what that means.
Nice try, sir. Nice triceratops.
Little did we know that Triceratops was fucking blind. John decides to run away to safety. Too bad he doesn't have a fucking gun to defend himself. So he hides underneath a playground again as the Triceratops goes looking for him. So remarkably unenthused Clyde and Caroline are watching the news.
hey, I know, maybe we should turn on the news.
Local kids make terrible movie. These two seem pretty nonplussed about dinosaurs running around.
Police are now looking for Jonathan Martin, who is considered armed and dangerous.
Oh, they let some newscaster's daughter do the news. Also, you can read the captions for the one funny thing in this movie. I want to know the caption guy's story. Probably more interesting than this. John finally picks up the weapon that he'll never use in this film. John's standoff with the Triceratops comes to an end when it fucks off for no reason, but he isn't out of trouble yet. The velociraptors from earlier find him and chase him back to his house. How slow are these dinosaurs? Jen Dielman moves faster than this. So John loses the tripod again as the villain finds it and threatens him with it. Luckily, Caroline comes to the rescue.
You want this one in the garbage pile?
Thanks, Caroline.
No problem, Bob.
The dinosaurs decide just to fuck off again, leaving John to confront the villain.
I mean,
You're not running fast enough!
Reference to obscure porn movie. John meets with the weapons dealer again, wearing his best Viva Zapata costume, as they try to ascertain the villain's whereabouts. John and Caroline check out Google Maps. This scene may be boring, but you get to hear the greatest line reading in film history.
Thought that place was abandoned.
Well, you thought wrong. Look.
John and Nate head to the villain's headquarters to do something, as they find the villain already there waiting for them. This time with a gun.
Well, look at what we have here.
Give it up. Your friend's in custody and you're next.
What friend? I didn't realize AUS could afford a second guy. John really shrugged off that rifle round.
Dude, don't shoot.
Damn thing's jammed.
Careful, John. Now he's going to attack you with his ham. Luckily, dinosaurs show up to scare the villain away for a second time, as John calls in the artillery. Who knew that random civilian trucks could call in missile strikes? In this dramatic scene, John's best acting is on display. Reference to obscure We get a time skip and see the dinosaurs are still running around. Not only does John not seem worse for wear after getting shot by a rifle round, but it turns out you only need a few band-aids to cure an artillery strike. John and his autistic gang decide to reopen the portal and send all the dinosaurs back to the Cretaceous. We get a time skip to later where it turns out not all the dinosaurs went back in time. John kept 3 of the velociraptors as pets. Of all the Jurassic Park movies to rip off, he decides to rip off Jurassic World.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just got this note.
Oh, I got a note too.
Oh crap.
Judging by the handwriting, I'm gonna guess a 5th grader wants to kill John. We end on a cliffhanger as our credits roll. But the film isn't over yet. Turns out Palpatine was behind it the whole time. That leads us into episode 2, Project 31, The Phantom Menace. Yeah, and that was Project 31. How does it hold up? It doesn't. The filming locations for this were in suburban Connecticut, the only place even more hazardous to one's health than filming downwind from a nuclear testing site. At least the cast of this film didn't get cancer. And it was nice of Nate Berkus to join the cast. If there's one thing we can take away from Project 31, it's that anyone can make a film. For better or worse.
I just want to check in on the baby dinosaur.
How slow are these dinosaurs? Jen Dielman has faster pacing than this. Jen Dielman's a really slow, boring Belgian movie. Yeah. Another great example of John's cinematography. We get a shot of this guy's chin next to the least fucking after the shitty CDI lamp oil, rope, bombs. All right. Die. Maybe we'll actually get some bikini action in this film.
No.
Oh wait. That joke's a little too dark even for me. I haven't had sex in a while because my name is, Does everyone... Now, critic. They all look like Linkara. Linkara, I'm trying to do a review here. Can you please go away? Meanwhile, in the government... Oh, we already have a joke about this. Messy basement. Yeah. John meets once again with the villain's fuckface. Hold on. John meets once again with the weapons... I hate women. All right.